Hello and welcome to the 2025 Christmas display. So this contains a winter wonderland, which I will be showcasing and explaining the scenes I have going on over there. And then it also has a gingerbread village. So we're going to start with the gingerbread village, but I want to clear something out of the way. For Halloween, I used to have a camera person recording me, but mainly for Christmas is because it's late, like around 11, and they don't want to record, and I think it's better this way because I also lost my microphone. So we're gonna hop to the gingerbread village, so let's go over there. Alright, so here is the gingerbread village, which contains of around 10 inflatables. Not sure, I haven't counted, but closest thing to the sidewalk, which would be the, I'm pretty sure, 9.5 feet gingerbread archway. This one looks really good with the candy print, and it's a little intro to the gingerbread village, and you can look straight through, and it kind of tells the story of the bakery, which I will get to in a minute. But you know, it's their main entrance of the gingerbread village. So yeah, so moving on up through the arch, pretty much you have the Nom Nom polar bear eating the cupcake, and then the story here is that he is getting a cupcake at the bakery, already eating it, and the archway kind of shows it better so that it looks like he actually came through the village. And I actually made this worth of like $100 materials, which it's decent. I mean, it's definitely not the best, but I think it's better than nothing, and it looks really cool. It's got the hot cocoa cupcake sign for serving, and then the oven for baking, you know, the cupcakes in the dough. And then it has lights on the top for some nice separation, and I think this looks really cool and a great scene I did. So right next to it, I guess you could say this is the gingerbread playground, and they'd want to put the playground next to tons of sweets because children usually love sweets. So the playground's near to attract more attention to the bakery. I don't know if much people see that, but I just didn't even realize while putting it out, and I think that's just something I could say. So there's the first row, which looks really good. Now moving up to the second row, which has the houses. Alright, so I need to post this, but I actually added these bridges to the second row like I was talking about in the video. I just wasn't finished, and I just noticed, oh yeah, I need to put these out because I think they look good. They were for something else, but you're at to see soon, and I might use them for a few years, maybe Christmas, depends. But I have bridges, they have garland, and this one, they have different pieces of garland showing, and then that green lights you saw in the video, I moved them to make a river. So there's a river going on bridges to get to the, so you have to get deeper into the gingerbread village, you're gonna have to walk across the bridges, which I don't allow people to do, which I might do next year if I bring back the gingerbread village. I may bring it back, make it bigger, get a better archway, better bakery, and better houses, and just overall plan it better. So, okay, the trash guy's coming, but, alright, sorry. So as I was saying, I'm not gonna let people go on, and the bridge connects the intro to the neighborhood, showing they have some like water running, not just gingerbread, and it's like a real village town, and it adds a lot more detail and character, which I think is nice. And moving up here, I have the Merry and Bright sign, which I talked about in the video. Same with this whole row, so we're gonna get back to it. Moving up, there's my Merry and Bright sign from 2024. I just had in the middle of the yard, connected to the light show. But this year, I've actually decided not to do a light show because of the scenes, and I want it to be nice and calm, so you can actually enjoy it without the lights flashing in your face. So on the very far right, which is like, I guess the better house, bigger, has 2 light up red candy canes. So does the other one. and then lights on the roof, and this your basic gingerbread house. I was gonna add more detail, but honestly I didn't want to due to the time and money, and I just really didn't feel like it. So it's a little lacking in detail, but it has a good amount of detail. So I actually really like these, and they turned out pretty good, but in the daytime they don't look as good. So here's the second one, which is the tall house. I made all buildings unique from each other to kind of show more of that village effect. This one looks really good. The windows, the door. So yeah. And then right behind the houses, I have a Christmas tree. It's like one of the village's Christmas trees, or maybe a neighborhood Christmas tree, possibly. Whatever you want to do. And then the 9-foot gingerbread man matching with the 20-foot one in the back. So I guess you could pair the two Christmas trees up together and then also match this gingerbread man with the one in the back as well. But I usually just think of them coming to greet the people, checking out the display from the street, and I think they look good, but don't really tell a story. So I think it turned out really well over here. So moving to the back, I have the two 20-footers. So these actually tell a story, and maybe that one, I don't know, you could have him taking his kid to the park. I mean, he's huge to be a kid, but I guess that's the dad, because I mean the dad's huge. I guess the kid would be huge as well. So I don't know, either one. They could be greeting each other and all that. So I have him walking, and the Christmas tree is slightly behind the 20-foot gingerbread man to show more diversity and character to the display. And the 20-foot Christmas tree acts as the village's Christmas tree, and it actually looks pretty good. I have two white spotlights due to the dim lighting on the inflatables, which the C7s do not work. And I've actually done something with the C7s on the other side of the yard, which we'll get to soon. So this part of the yard looks good, tells really good scenes and really good theme, and I'm joining my Christmas decoration contests for, my neighborhood, and I think I'd win best theme or most creative. I don't want to join best big yard or best small yard, since it feels much rewarding. But moving on, I have these two in the driveway, which I frankly did not get to use in any type of scene or in the rocks, but I think they look good here. They're just kind of their own thing here. Just no story, just some decorations. So these are the story parts and the theme parts, while the driveway is just, some Christmas stuff. So moving to the corner, this is definitely the better side. I have these prismatic deer from Sam's Club. I got them as an early Christmas present before I even set up the display. So I definitely want to thank my grandparents for that. They look so good. Has a corner piece, a greeter to the driveway, and I think it's awesome, especially with these prismatic snowflakes heading down, matching the deer. So, okay, they turned off for some reason. I don't know why. It said on the camera, but not in person. So they look really good, twinkling, and yeah. So to match the deer, I wanted to have the prismatic snowman right up here. Looks really cool. Has a nice snowflake LED thing going on there. So very cool. It matches amazingly with these trees. I used to have them as warm white till I realized, these rainbow lights actually look a lot better because they look more LED. And the color just fits with the tree better, which is right there. So yeah. Alright, so the prismatic snowflakes, they're actually on right now. You just can't see them at certain angles or something. So it's weird. I got them at Walmart, and they're pretty cool. I think they look good, and they match with my prismatic area. So over here is more of the sculpture stuff, while over here is inflatables. So to continue on, we have the spitzers in the tree. They are also twinkling. Tons of things over here are twinkling, including the snowflakes that are towards the base of the tree. And these look really cool, kind of like stars, you know. I think they look great with the twinkling of the prismatic. So right after, to match the, you know, cool white with the tree, I have these. Okay, it seems half of the lights are off. There's actually a lot more lights than that. But, okay, I guess you can kind of see most of them. But they actually light up a lot more in person, because I guess the frame rate matches with the camera, which honestly sucks. So, yeah. And then right behind that, I have these penguins. So I was gonna have them stacked to 8 feet tall, you know, almost hitting that tree branch, but I realized they would look so much better actually, you know, decorating the Christmas tree. So I had these presents last year. I'm bringing them into the display again in the Winter Wonderland area. And this penguin's holding lights, decorating the tree, doing the lower base. This one's also working on the lower area and the middle. And then this one's getting the top area by putting on the star. So it's a cool little decorating scene I have going on. You know, maybe showing this is the main tree, and they just put lights on those. And the lights are actually like the same color. Oh, there you go. I guess the LED at certain angles or something, you can't see them, so. Well, that's on camera, but in person you see them at all angles, so. Moving on, after the scenes going on over here, I'm actually going to show the base of the tree, the snowflakes from Home Depot. It goes all the way up and looks very cool. But speaking of the tree, I have the Penguin helicopter from 2013, and this one's really cool. But when I was first hanging it, I was hanging it in a different location, and the tether loop actually ripped, and I had to sew it. So this time I had 2 people. One had to hold the base, so less tension was on one side, and now the tension's about equal on both sides. I got the tethers out of the way so that the propeller can actually spin. So it looks really good, and it's kind of slanted so you don't see the base, and that's good. I actually didn't even mean to do that, but it just turned out like that, and I think I hanged it pretty perfectly. And it's just high enough to where you could see the Yule slide still, which I'll talk about in a minute. But actually, linking to the Yule slide, you may have noticed that I have these cotton like sheets I got from Walmart for like $5 each, and they're acting as snow. They are kind of dirty. I clean them usually, but I cleaned mine like last week, so they're not that bad, but they're kind of dirty. So moving on, after the Penguin helicopter, where we start to enter the inflatable area, I have the saxophone snowman. So this guy is actually playing right around the Yule slide, and I need to fix this lighting. So the Yule slide is sliding down here, and I have blue lights to show that it's just not normal snow, and it's their slide. And I guess the lights are shutting off because they're LED and they match the frame rate sometimes, I guess. I'm not sure. But someone has actually left $2 recently, and he's playing music over here for money. It's getting pretty bright, so yeah. So he's playing music for money at the Winter Wonderland area, trying to make his own money. So see, people have actually left quarters, dollars, all that. I guess I can get me like a, I don't know, piece of candy or something. So I guess that's nice. So right after that, connecting almost right next to the saxophone snowman, is the Yule slide trail, which I've talked about just a little bit ago. And the Yule slide is right there. I bought it from Infla for $250. So the lights actually broke because I had to change the fan because the slow starter broke as soon as it came. So I had to change the fan, and I just didn't have time to wire the lights back, and I didn't want to buy any more of the cool white bulbs. As you can see by now, I put the cool white bulbs, and actually all the inflatables on the Winter Wonderland side. So they're all super bright, and the color actually looks so much better. So the Yule slide would have that, but I don't want to spend, another $20 just for lights, and the spotlight works fine, especially for the Yule slide. So it looks more like an attraction. So the story here is that they're sliding down on the trail, heading out, I guess, into the sidewalk. So now moving up, we're gonna skip the snow globe. We'll come back to that in a minute. We're gonna go to the giants. So here are the winter giants. Look really good with these cool white bulbs. A lot brighter, and the colors just look so much better. So there's the 20-foot snowman, and they actually look so cool with the tree branches there, showing more wintry, like kind of like that. See? So these look really good. Had them last year, but they definitely did not have lights this good, and I never paired them up. Now I finally paired them up for the winter. So now we're gonna head to the snow globe. Alright, so the snow globe looks really cool. It's kind of random over here, but I think it looks pretty cool over here, showing some side of snow going on, because you obviously need the snow in the winter area. But the snow pellets are kind of sticking to the tree, which I guess real snow does. So looks cool with the cool white bulbs too. So yeah. So we've now covered the Winter Wonderland and the Gingerbread Village. So I'll end the video pretty soon, but I'm doing this at night because I think you can see it better, and I think it'd be cooler to see my explanation at night. So yeah, looks very cool, and took about 2 weeks to set up, mainly because my lights came late. And definitely my best year yet. I'm not sure if I can do any better next year or not, but yeah, looks awesome. Yeah, this is a very cool display, and took lots of time and work, and just didn't have time to buy much of it though. But I was rushed, and I made it. So I will do it for my 2025 Christmas display walkthrough and tour. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think my display is awesome. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.